Oh, is everyone excited for tonight?
Yes.
Yes, Queen.
Oh my god, we're gonna totally beat up those angels. Like, it's gonna be so cool.
Like, OMG, we're just currently gonna, chop off their legs and decapitate them. Oh,
And eat them.
You
and then
know,
we're gonna eat them.
I feel like a Barbie one-shot would be a lot of fun. Like, set it in Baldur's Gate or something, but it's a Barbie one-shot. So, like, we're supposed to act like Barbies in this fantasy settings. That would be fun.
I don't know. I don't know if I can talk like that for 4 hours. I don't know if I can handle that.
Oh, we are live. We are live. I didn't expect to actually get distracted after I hit, the buttons. Anyways, hey everyone, thank you for joining us. If you want to see a Barbie one-shot set in Baldur's Gate, absolutely tell us. Send us messages in the stream. Might not be this group, but I can probably find other people willing to do it.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
I think it's more like in a fantasy world on this one.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright, for the streamly reminders, let me go ahead and get into those. As always, until the end of time, mental health is important. Please, if you're experiencing any type of mental distress, unease, or just kind of general problems you don't know how to process, please seek professional help. Therapists and psychiatrists are the ones with the tools to help you, and I will recommend you go see them to the ends of the earth. It has been a really big help for me. You might not find the right fit right away, so you might have to go through a few before you find that fit, but it is worth it. And their medical and professional help, it can change your life. It can potentially change your life. So if you're in the United States, you can call or text 988, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They are always there if you are in a moment of needing immediate help. If you are not in the United States, we have a Wikipedia link down below. It has crisis and emergency lines internationally, just all around the world. I think there's like 130 different emergency and crisis lines on this list. So there's a good chance that the country you live in will be there. And if you are 25 or younger and part of the Saga community, Sexual and Gender Acceptance, the Trevor Project is there to help. And they are capable of providing discreet help in case you are not in a position to safely come out at this time. Those are all great options, and there are many more out there too. So don't be afraid to also look into other options if you're unsure about using any of those. With that all said, though, we have even more linked down below. We've got a couple of character surveys, so you can tell us what you think about the characters in our campaigns. There's our social media links. We have our Discord linked down below as well. It's community Discord. There's, of course, a small section for Dungeons and Moogles, but the community server is more about finding people to game with, whether it's video games, tabletop RPGs, you want advice on what you should pick up or suggestions, you can hopefully find it there. We'd really appreciate you being there. The livelier it is, the more fun it is for me. And, of course, the best way you could possibly support us is just giving us that follow here on Twitch or the subscribe over on YouTube and telling your friends, of course. So with that all said, let's jump into the campaign. This is the Highroad Maluviette, a 5e fantasy campaign where our heroes have been hired to clear the Highroad, and make it accessible again as a trade route. It once stood as the main trade route between the Hunrun Republic and the Incendium Populace. It has fallen into disuse over the last century, and they've been hired to make sure that it can be used again. But besides the various problems that have just cropped up along it, such as the Giant's Chalice we just finished, where it's kind of blocked off from human use, or even the wild monsters, they are also contending with the strange purple crystals known as Torment Fragments, and the fact that both player and character are sharing a body. In addition to all of that mess, their pasts have been coming back to bite them in the ass more and more every leg of the journey. Most recently is where we left off with last session, as they had all left the Giant's Chalice, having gotten the full support and cooperation of the area. They have encountered a group of Devas riding alicorns. They are determined that they will be taking Twilight with them, and have revealed her name to be Enara. She is the daughter of an Archangel Weiklem. And the party obviously does not want to let her go, and she does not want to go either. And that is where we are beginning today, is with initiative. So everyone go ahead and give me that roll so we can start up the order.
Okay.
Oh, come on. 8.
8. Yeah, Captain's starting out strong.
Right off the bat. Yeah.
Keldon! I see you there, Keldon. I love you. Thank you for being here. Did I hear 9 bias?
Yes.
Wow, it's starting right off the bat.
We got 8. We got 9.
Guys, you're kind of killing me here.
What'd you
Well,
get
what the
then?
fuck?
I got 23.
Oh, of course you
Tempest
did.
coming in with 23. And then, Raph, what'd you get?
25. I'm sorry, I'm feeling pretty shitty today, so my voice is gonna be low.
All right, no worries. And Twilight, who will be joining us later, despite the fact that it appears she is here. She had to go get a pizza. She needs that dinner.
She's not sharing.
Understandable.
She got a 16, which I pre-rolled the initiative for the enemy, and it was 16. But they have a lower initiative. So Twilight goes before them. And now we were starting off with everyone getting 1 action before the combat truly began. Raph, you cast a Charlatan Stride, and Captain, I need your bite attack on this Devas nose. It is going to be Strength Mod plus Proficiency. You also have disadvantage, but if you hit, it's a critical.
on his nose, just the nose itself.
Yep, you're trying to bite just his nose, so it is disadvantage to hit.
Shit. 14 on the lower roll.
14 total on the lower roll.
14 total.
That does not hit.
No, and I had it all set up from last week too.
Yep, you attempt to bite his nose, and he just manages to pull his head back before you can make contact.
And just hear that.
Tempest, you do have the ability to take 1 action.
Boots active.
Yeah, you can go ahead and activate your boots of speed, so you got that double speed. And then Pius, you get 1 action as well.
I'm going to. Let's see here. I'm going to.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
I'm going to cast Finger of Death on him.
All right. Finger of Death on it. What is the save on it? Is it Constitution?
It is a con. Yep.
$19.
I think that fails actually.
I believe it does, because you have... Most everyone has pretty high stats. And
My save DC is 20.
so close,
Okay.
yet so far.
My bad.
All good. All good.
$68 necrotic damage.
68 necrotic damage for the main opening move. Hey, don't. Why did you close my tracker? I did not hit a button. Was it?
Ooh,
Give me back my tracker.
Ooh.
Where's that tracker?
There it is. There it is. You said 68?
Yes.
So the DC is 34 then? Hey. It's dead. For massive damage.
Oops.
I should say it goes into shock and falls unconscious. So Captain, you try to bite his nose, he pulls back and just poof, and it literally drops dead.
As I said, she is staying with us.
Yarr.
Doesn't Fingers of Death do something if it kills them?
I think it only
It
works on
does.
humanoids, doesn't it?
Aren't they human?
No, they are not human type. They are celestial.
Yeah, it says humanoid killed.
If they have a dick and walk on 2 legs, they're a humanoid.
And that is why we have that is why I believe human as a type spanning across all of the races we normally consider to be humanoid, like elves, dwarves, is better. Because humanoid is a shape, and too many creatures have that shape, but aren't humanoid somehow.
Man, I got a lot to answer for.
Yes, you were trying to eat giants, you cannibal.
I'm not apologizing.
There. Alright, Twilight. You see her, like, she's still up in the air, and she kind of backs up a little as you're all kind of trying to move yourself into position as well as you can while they're in the air. And she just shouts, nature, hear my call, fury rise, and my foes burn. And you see a wave of magic kind of shoot out through the 60 by 60 by 60 area.
Is this a spell?
Yes.
I cast counter spell at 5th level.
On Twilight?
Oh, I thought this was one of
No,
them.
no,
I'm
no.
sorry.
This is Twilight. This is Twilight's action to start the combat.
Gotcha. My apologies. I thought it was one of them.
No, all good. If it had been an enemy, that would have been a great time, though. And as the wave of energy goes out, you notice that kind of like the grass starts to move a little bit. The rocks seem to shiver and quake. The trees begin to move their branches almost like arms. And Wrath, you are the top of the turn order.
Oh, okay. How many of them are there?
There are 4. Well, there's an unconscious dead Deva, and then there's 3 more that are riding alicorns, as well as the alicorn the other one had come on. So 4 alicorns, 3 Deva.
Okay. I'd like to use my Blade Song as my bonus action. And then I'm going to... double check something. How close to each other are they?
They're all like... So from left to right, there's 1, 10 feet, 2, 20 feet, 3.
20 feet. How much movement would you say it would take to weave between each of them to get like within 5 foot of each of them before reaching the very back one?
It would only take about 30 feet of movement. They are in the air, though.
Oh, are they?
Yes, the unconscious one is the only one down on the ground.
Okay. Then in that case... Shit. I didn't know they were flying. How high up in the air?
They're about 15 feet.
15 feet.
Yep.
Okay, then I'm going to... Good. I'm just going to cast Shatter on a group of 2 of them. At 2nd level. So Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, they definitely failed.
That is only 15 points of thunder damage. And then, if possible, whenever he goes to cast this, he's going to rush up to beneath one of them. And as he can't, because you said there's 1 at 10 feet, 2 at 20, 2 at 30, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then he'll rush up underneath the 1 at 10 feet. And then he'll cast it on the next group of 2, and as he does so, he flies up in the air, and the flames, because he's going to get within 5 feet of it. What level did I cast that at? 3rd? Yeah. The one I moved close to is going to take 2 points of fire damage. Let me double check one thing. And creatures of my choice, when I cast a spell of 1st level or higher that deals lightning or thunder damage, due to Heart of the Storm, creatures of my choice within 10 feet of me take 3 lightning or thunder damage, and I'll do thunder since that's the spell I just cast. So 2 points fire, 3 points thunder, and then the shatter damage.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Next up on the turn order is Tempest.
So they're all more or less down now?
They are still in the air. Minus the unconscious one.
Which that one is also going to take the 2 points of fire damage since I moved past it.
There's a failed save.
Okay. How far am I from the unconscious one to start?
Within your movement.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I want to go up to that one, and stab it in the chest with the dagger.
Okay. You have advantage to hit.
It's the same as Scythe, right? No. What is that one?
It's the same as your scythe.
Okay.
Actually, it's one higher than your scythe. I just remembered that. That is most certainly a hit, but roll again in case it's a crit. And then roll 2 more d20. I forgot Elven accuracy. Okay, no crit. Well, no crit from the roll. Crit because it's unconscious and fucked up. It fully dies, but you need to roll a d4 for how much damage is done.
A what? You kind of cut out.
Sorry, a d4. Alright, that's 10 damage because you rolled a 1. When you stab it, and you can see its body going full limp, like it is just dead and done. What all of you can see is its body starts to take on a more astral form, as if it's not fully physical. Physical is the best word. God damn my brain right now. Its body goes from more of a physical form to almost this translucent energy that starts to be sucked up into the dagger, shifting color from a golden white to a purple as it's being absorbed until it's completely gone.
And then I want to move underneath the next closest one.
Alrighty then. Then that would bring it to Twilight's turn. Twilight, what does your spell do at the start of the turn? This is a 5th level spell, and it has 4 different effects based on what's around. Come on, load. Start of turn. Enemies within 10 feet must make dex save. Within 10 feet of a tree, that is. Which is all of them. To which they absolutely fail, and they take 4d10 slashing. So all of you watch as the trees that have been around you this whole time, and their branches are moving, all reach out and just start slamming into the Devas and the Alicorns. Making it their turn now. To which they can pretty easily, they pretty readily see how fucking outclassed they are in just one turn. And they are going to call for a retreat. And the last thing that you hear before they actually start to leave is, and next time we'll be sure to kill the bitch with the dagger. The Alicorns all just kind of fizzle out and disappear alongside the Devas, with the exception of the Deva that has been absorbed. And they fuck off really fast.
Well, that was easy.
Do you have any idea what you've done?
Let's be real, it's not the first target on my back.
Let's be real, that was a foolish decision.
But it killed him?
We could have killed him much easier, just as easily without that dagger. I have no idea what you just did, none of us do.
It's not like I'm attuned or anything to it.
I'm starting to question that, as much as you're willing to use it.
Should I present my 3 attuned items? Because I'm pretty sure I have a full slot.
You and I
Full
both
at
know
5
you
at
can
the
attune to
moment.
more than just 3 items.
Oh shit. I assure you, I have shit memory, but positivity. We won the fight, we kept Twilight for some reason. We're good. I told you before, with assurance, I got this.
Whatever you say.
Hmm. I'm gonna walk on the other side of the group for now.
the other side for now. Okay.
There's a pouting puppy now.
I'm not pouting. I just think you should think before you act in such a manner. None of us know what that dagger is. We all know that dagger is evil, and you're going to use it to end the life of an angel.
When you spell it out like that, it sounds so bad.
Because it is. That doesn't change anything about it.
We'll deal with it as it comes. I'll deal with it as it comes. We'll be
Seems
fine.
to be a common theme in the group. And
We all
Raptors
fuck
know
up?
it's on.
Yeah, we all fuck up.
Hey, we all make mistakes. We all know that.
Thank you. Ugh.
Some are worse than others, though.
I'm gonna assume who you're talking about.
Sure, you can do that.
Pies, any rebuttal? You want to just come at me too?
No, this is not my concern.
I'm just gonna just doge off for a bit. Doge off. I'm going doggy form.
Doggo form, run off into the forest.
I'm with the party. I'm just chilling.
Okay. So it is sunset. This is normally kind of around the time you would start making camp, but you really have only made a couple hours progress on the road so far. You do feel like you could go a few more hours without having to stop for the night. And of course, these angels are clearly aware of where you are right now.
Sorry, you said what time is it?
It's about 6 p.m.
Did we loot the bodies?
The one body that existed has been absorbed.
There.
It left behind a non-magical mace.
It's still good for throwing.
It was so worthless. Pius didn't even eat it.
On that note, Pius, if you look at it, it does seem to be made out of a metal that is extremely uncommon amongst the mortal realm. It looks like it came from the peaks of Celestra itself, from heaven.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll eat it.
Of course.
Why not?
I mean, dog noises.
All right. You are going to eat it, so let me mark that down. Although I should probably look up how much a mace weighs so I can accurately add that. So yeah, are you going to rest or keep going? In the meantime, while I do that.
I'm back, everyone.
Twilight, you're back. You cast your 5th level spell, and between that, Pius's Finger of Death, and Tempest using the Soul Drinker to absorb a dead angel, the angel's fucked off very quickly.
It's currently dead. You're all dead. You're welcome.
So, we are deciding, though, if we are going to keep going, or if we are going to rest where the angels jumped everybody.
I think we should go a couple hours off grid.
Off the road completely.
Well, no, like, what I meant was away from where we are. Like, so on the road, but a couple hours ahead.
If we follow the road, we'll be just as easily spotted.
We're still going to be found one way or another.
That's not necessarily true. If we venture off the road for a little bit at least, we might be able to hide.
Could I sniff out some alternative path that animals use? That kind of tracks along the route?
You could go ahead and use a survival check to see if you can pick up the trail of any animals that may be good at hiding.
A survival check. Let me go check the numbers quick.
So, are we out of combat then?
Yes, we are out of combat.
Aw. I
I
miss
even
it.
killed him. Don't be sad.
You got to use your new spell. Well, Twilight did.
22.
22. So you're kind of sniffing around and everything, trying not to go too far away. And you do pick up the scent of bear. Usually they have caves and such, which even if they're not hard to find, they're easier to defend since there's only that one way in and out.
Oh, how do we even know that's going to end, like, have an exit? I come back to everyone. Yeah, we just got bear. It's probably going to lead us to a cave. Not really helpful.
Is she still in her dog form?
I changed.
No, it's back
Okay.
in hybrid form. Back in hybrid form. Back into furry form.
So what's the situation?
Trying to decide if to keep going or make camp like nearby, or trying to figure out how to handle rest because the angels know where you are right.
We could take the cave. Bear ain't much to fight, and at least it'll give us one way to protect versus all around us.
Well, I mean, we're not gonna fight the bear. I don't think. 'Cause I have animal handling and animal friendship, so we're good.
Cool. Any objections?
I still wanted bear meat, but fine.
No. I mean, you guys got other meat. You got a shit ton of meat.
I could always use more meat. You never have enough meat.
I'd begrudgingly walk up to Wrath. Help me out here. They're lost.
Snack
With
back.
what?
Should we stay in the cave for now? It gives us one route to protect versus all around us.
Yes, that is the smarter decision.
Alright, let's go.
All right, is everyone following along?
Yes.
All right, just want to make sure Twilight wasn't going to get distracted more than anything. It does take you about 45 minutes to get over to where it is. It is a couple miles out. They had just been near the road during the day, which is why Tempest was able to pick up the scent. When you get to it, it is about a 25-foot tall by about like 40 feet wide cave entrance, and you do notice it kind of slims into about 15 feet tall, 20-foot wide. About like maybe 15 feet into the cave, it's already slimmed down that much. So you won't be able to set up the instant fortress in there.
May I go in first?
Sure.
I'm going in first.
You're going in first. You don't have to go in too far. About 45 feet in, you kind of find where the back of the cave is. And you can see that there's a family of bears in there. There are 3 of them. They're all about the same size, though. They do seem to be all full grown.
Animal friendship.
Animal friendship. Okay. So now they're going to regard you as a friend when you try to approach them, at least initially.
Mhm.
How do you approach them? What do you do?
Just say, hey, we noticed that you guys are here, explaining the situation about the angels. You know, we're kind of needing a place to hide because we just got into combat with some angels, and we just kind of need a safe place, me and my friends. Can we stay here with you guys? We would really appreciate it.
So they don't seem to understand the majority of it, but they do get the idea that, hey, we're in trouble and just looking for shelter or safety. And they kind of like move themselves sideways and kind of closer to the wall, indicating, hey, here's open space.
Guys, there's open space. They're letting us stay.
No.
You should tell them we're gonna eat them.
No, flowers,
No.
please.
Fine.
If he does anything, you can bite him.
I'll bite you.
You're just gonna get a whole mouth of hair.
Kinky.
Can I get the snack bag?
Disturbed.
Please.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm pulling out a jar of honey,
God, I feel like I gotta go clean up.
You're pulling out a jar of honey now.
and I'm giving it to the bears.
All right. You're going to open up a jar of honey and give it to the bears. Tempest has a patch of wet fur from Captain deciding he's going to just randomly nom on her, apparently.
Comfort cookie.
Weird. How does it taste?
Like what dog?
Get a mouthful of fur too, huh?
Aye.
I hope you get a
I would
handle.
suggest you spit that out because you have no idea where it's been, but okay.
I will
I
cut
guess I
you.
can cast
You're going to cast
cleaning
what?
one. I guess I can cast my I call it the cleaning spell. The more I clean,
Prestidigitation, yeah.
thank you.
Presti cleaned up a bit. Okay. Your fur is now dry.
I reiterate, I will cut you less.
Now you can honor because it's clean.
Tempest, with your, because you pretty much druidcraft like every night, I'm just assuming. As far as weather updates, Twilight, I said Tempest, sorry, Twilight, with druidcraft, as far as the next 24 hours of weather, it does look like a rainstorm is going to roll in, but it's not going to be all that serious. Just kind of a light drizzle for a few hours in the morning.
So the forecast for today is we are going to experience a little bit of light rain, nothing heavy, a little bit of clouds, on and off. Just so you know.
Sweet.
Sure. Better than any sailor in a crow's nest.
All right, how are we setting up? Highest, there is less than 100 feet from the entrance of the cave to the back.
So I'm going to go out of the cave.
Wrath is gonna set up at outside as well, but just right outside the cave.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit a few feet from the entrance, on the side, just by the edge.
All right. So you do reasonably have a few hours before you'd have to go to sleep. Is anyone going to stay up and do things, or are you just kind of going to go for that rest right
Right
gonna
in my
read.
journal.
now? You're going to read, Twilight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tempest, what were you saying?
I'm gonna write in the journal.
All right. How about Wrath tonight?
Wrath is just focused on listening to nature tonight. Just watching the sky above, and as he's sitting there, any rain that would fall on him just kind of stops as soon as it gets within 20 feet of him.
All right.
And he just kind of just meditates.
Can I use my Wrath of Nature to kind of like make a dance for him?
No,
Like-
no. You've already used up that
Oh.
spell slot from the combat.
Oh,
You only get one of those a day.
what? That's bull.
Oh, it's a brand new spell
Okay.
level. How about you, Pius?
How am I setting up?
Yeah, well, setting up / what are you doing leading up to the rest?
I'm going to try and cover myself in brush as I lay down in the woods.
All right, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Oh boy.
Hey,
18.
18, not bad, not bad. While you're setting this up, you do have a few kind of like. It seems like it's you just thinking, like it's your internal voice. It sounds the same, but it just kind of feels a little off. It's like, there are so many spells that would make this easier. God, maybe I should be trying to get spells like that.
Like what?
You try to speak back to the voice? Your own voice in your head?
Yes.
Alright. So you kind of like try to respond back to this voice, and you speak to it, and you're thinking about it. You're trying to like concentrate, like this is this me? Is this not? And you kind of find yourself standing in that void again. Just nothing, as far as the eye can see, except what appears to be 7 other versions of yourself. The only real difference between any of them is the color of their lights. The pink strikes you immediately. You've seen the pink. You've talked to Amy, but one of them is red. One of them is a dark blue. One of them is green. One of them is yellow. One is black, and one is white. And the one with the white lights ends up speaking. Well, like Liamin's tiny hut, for example. That's a pretty good low-level spell. Create just a little space where you're safe for the night, you've got cover from the weather. You know, something like that.
Well, yes, but I mean, this works too, does it not?
It does, it just seems inefficient.
Well, I am just a cleric warlock.
The dark blue one speaks up. Yes, but that doesn't mean that you can't find new ways to do things. There are always options. Seeking and striving for knowledge and new ways to do things, or to do things more efficiently, is a wonderful thing.
I know I'm not going to get a definitive answer, but who in the fuck are you exactly?
So the one that with the dark blue that just responded. Not get a definitive answer. Why would you believe that? My name, I'm Guardian. I am a seeker of knowledge. I wish to know everything in this world that there is to know.
I see. Well, you said your name was Guardian?
Yes, I'm a guardian of knowledge, so to speak, so I felt it was a fitting name.
No, that's fair. One more question, if you don't mind. Why do you all look exactly like me?
The one with the red lights, it responds. Weak of body, weak of mind. You're just weak, Pious. Why do we look like you? It should be obvious. We are you.
Oh. Huh. So you're all my different emotions, so to speak.
Amy is the one that speaks up. Yes and no. We all have, of course, you know, an emotion that kind of does tie to us. It's how we are. You know, I'm always very good at seeing all of the light and beauty in the world, and Guardian there tends to be a little on the sad side. And as you can tell, Fur here, he's kind of just angry. But I'd say we're more like avatars of your will, of your mind, so to speak.
I see. So which one does that make me? I guess that you're all collectively, if you were put together, you would be me. Am I getting that right?
If we were to be made whole, and you notice that the one that's speaking is the one with the black light, and his voice is mostly monotone. If we were all put back together, if we were fixed, as many would use as the term, you and all of us, we would be whole, and yeah, we would be full. We would be capable of switching from one skill set to another, one mindset, so to speak, to another. But I feel like that's a reduction of things. It's a bit more complicated than that. Because you are only a piece just as much as the rest of us are. And if you really want to know at least what my belief on which piece you are, it's fear.
That makes sense. I always fear that I will hurt people again. Or let my friends down. Even though I tell them that I'm brave, it still eats at me.
So the green one, the green lit one, speaks up next. Yeah, I mean, you're not just... You see all of the potential negative outcomes. You're always worried that you're going to hurt your friends, or that they're going to get caught up in your past, or Nick. The fear that Nick would give in to the temptations of darkness and evil. But that's only because you love them. You care for them. You just want what's best for everyone. Fear isn't wrong. It's It's not bad. It just can't be the only thing.
You're right. Do you think it's possible for all of us to become whole?
So the yellow one speaks up. Of course it is. We are capable of anything we set our minds to. We are powerful, even broken as we are. We can do anything. We can save everyone. We can save this world.
Well, I found the one that is hope, I suppose. Do any of you have any ideas or any leads to how to do that?
The air feels heavy, despite the lack of air. The entire scene feels very tense, but none of them speak up.
I'll take that as a no. Well, if any of you come up with anything, please feel free to let me know. And if you ever do possess my body again, please ask permission.
So the red one speaks up. Fur speaks up. Permission. You should just give up control. Let someone else stronger than you do this. If you're going to rely on us to figure out the answers, then simply let us take control.
All of you?
One of us, at least.
Not you. You think strength matters more than anything else? You're wrong. I may be fearful, but I know that companionship outweighs strength. If anything, it makes me even stronger. I would gladly lay down my life for my friends, whether I was scared or not.
So Amygdala speaks up and actually does turn towards Fur. You know the only reason we're even as whole as we are is Pius. He is the one that brought me back. We should be praising him for this, not acting like he is incompetent. Fur doesn't really respond. Like, even though you're not seeing expressions on his face at the moment, you can tell he's essentially just death glaring Amygdala in the moment.
Well, if there is nothing else, I would like to get some rest.
As you finish speaking, and before the last words even out of your mouth, you kind of see the forest start to come back into your vision around you.
Okay. He's going to continue to cover himself in brush.
You successfully do so.
Okay. I am the bush.
You are the bush.
The bush.
I mean, you'd be more the bush if you use that circlet of human perfection to be your Earth Genasi form.
You are absolutely right. Do I have a fucking free slot for that?
I don't know. I don't think I've actually looked at it since the Wish gave you guys extra slots.
Yeah, I don't have a free slot for it. That's
unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, so everyone's able to at least get a night's rest, at least enough to get back hit points, spell slots, the little bit that you did use. The angels do not show up through the night. In Twilight, as everyone else is getting up, and the noise does wake you up, you are a bit tired because you stayed up reading for a while as everyone else was laying down to sleep. So you're a little groggy, but you're there enough to be able to start the day. And it is, if I can math, it is about 4:30 a.m. as you guys are waking up.
Sweet.
Oh, hungry.
What you want?
Meat.
What kind of meat?
Quickly.
Quick meat.
The goblin meat that you gathered before is the first one that comes to your mind, so you just kind of grab it out because you're trying to be quick.
Wait, the eldritch goblin meat?
Yes, that's the first one that comes to mind.
Yes, so I pull that.
And, I mean, you recognize it. It's a chunk of a green arm.
I'm like half asleep right now. I'm not really paying attention.
He hands it to her.
You just throw it up, roast on the fire, and hand her a whole ass arm.
I'm not a
Or like a
savage. I
forearm.
debone it first.
Okay, you
I
debone
debone
it
the arm
first?
and I cut it up.
Okay, cool. I'm sniffing it first.
Give me a perception check. Or, not a perception check, a wisdom save, my bad.
A wisdom save. Why
Yes.
do you hate me?
It's not for madness. Well, I mean, technically it is, but you're not gonna, like, have a problem. It's just to see if it smells good. That's the easy way to put it.
I put spices on it.
21.
So with the 21, like you start sniffing it, and at first you kind of get this almost rosy smell to it, as if it were roasted using special methods, like a rose cherry would. But as you like continue to sniff it, you realize that was the effects of the meat, and it actually just kind of smells like your generic roasted meat. Nothing special about it. If anything, it smells a little weird because of your heightened sense of smell. It doesn't smell human.
Yeah, we'll just pour some sauce out of the snack bag. We're good.
Pulls barbecue sauce out of it.
Ah,
Don't judge me.
a heathen.
It's chewy.
It's chewy. Now I need an actual madness save because you're actually eating it.
No, you're actually we did one.
What am I rolling for that?
Wisdom. It is a wisdom save, but this one's for madness.
Okay.
Also, are any of you guys in the Twitch chat?
Nope.
No? I just want to make sure because sometimes like Deuce or Lance will be in there, not necessarily paying
I'm in
attention
there.
to it, but you are in there.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
in there.
All right. Pius is in chat.
I got a 21.
You got a 21. You are good. You, as you're eating it, like you, with every bite that you swallow, everything kind of gets technicolor, then black and white, then everything seems stretched, but like only while you're eating it. Like after each bite is swallowed while your mouth is empty, things are normal, and when you finish eating it, everything's normal.
This is some like foreign cuisine, isn't it?
Aye, it'd be foreign cuisine, alright.
Yeah. Definitely not my favorite. One and done.
Aye, fair enough. It only takes a special kind of person to appreciate the cuisine that I make.
I put sauce on it though. I'm still finishing it.
Yeah, you're good to the end. Luckily nothing crazy happens at least. As for everyone else's morning routine, how do you handle food and preparing for the day, Wrath?
Wrath doesn't come inside at all. He just remains outside, kind of watching the weather. And he just pops one of the good berries that he can summon in a day, holding the other 9 in hand.
All right. Twilight, how about you? Oh, Twilight's muted.
She gone, Captain.
Uh-oh.
I wonder why you can hear me. When are you gonna give me back my Goodberry ring? And also, does Captain Flowers have his kitchen up, like set up?
Yeah, he's got his
His
portable
magical
cover pulled up that he walks through into a magical kitchen.
I'm just gonna pull out some bread and put the bread in the toaster and start making me some toast.
I still think my favorite part about this is, given that the world's in more like a medieval time, the only reason you guys have all these modern appliances is because of the real world players stuck in the character heads. Like, you can imagine a toaster, so there's a toaster in the kitchen.
Hey,
Well,
you would not ask
one
me
of
to use my
special
toaster.
items. You know how I have that special item of mine?
I don't remember said special item.
Yeah,
You have lots of special items. What am I talking about? You have a dildo sword, you have tiger claws that can inject poison, you have a freaking barrel of holding, you have 4 body bags of holding.
Body bags.
I do have a toaster. That was like, you said I could take one magical item.
Oh, you're right. You have your own
I have
toaster.
a toaster. It makes perfect toast or whatever I put in it.
Yes, that's
So,
right.
So I'm literally taking some bread out of the cupboard, looking at Wrath as I'm slamming bread into this damn toaster and saying, "When are you gonna give me back my goddamn goodberry ring?"
Wrath pulls the ring off and just throws it at her.
Hey, thank you. Did I notice he
Is there going to be any other?
Wrath casted a goodberry or?
Oh
No.
yeah, you would notice he still has the good berries in his hand.
He pops another into his mouth.
I have another one. Hey, you used my ring. Can I have a goodberry?
He looks up at you. Hold out your hand.
No. Throw it into my mouth. My mouth is open. Just try to lunge it into my mouth.
He takes the entire handful and just carelessly throws them at your face and walks away.
I want you to roll a single d20 for me, Rat. If any of them are 12 or higher, one of them beams straight into the back of her throat and makes her choke for a moment.
Nope, 11.
Damn it.
Oh.
All right. So none of them make you choke, but you do get pelted, and one of them does land in your mouth, but not like make you choke type pelted. So as everyone else is kind of there getting ready, Pius, do you go and join everybody at this point, knowing that the rest is over?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And Wrath, you said you're kind of walking off away from everything?
Yeah, just, I don't know, 40, 50 yards away. Find a place to sit and think again.
Okay. Pius, you kind of come across Wrath as he's finding that place to sit down. And you can also see the hermit is kind of walking up and sitting down next to him. Shit's gotten real, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Does it ever get easier? Like, just dealing with things?
No, I really don't think so at this point. That's a little bit of what I'm struggling with right now. It's such a laissez-faire attitude all of the time, probably because we don't want to admit exactly what's going on and the danger we're all in. But I feel like somebody's got to at least pay attention to it.
You know, I don't remember a lot of my life, and I spent most of it in a cave. I don't know, something about this journey feels familiar. Not the things that have happened so much as the weight of it. Like I can't escape from being the one who has to take care of things. And I know I haven't really been much help so far, but
We've done plenty of help, Hermit.
I feel like I could be doing a lot more, though. I feel like I used to do a lot more. Like, instead of being the sidekick, I was the hero once.
That may be true. You said you don't remember a lot of your past. Maybe you were an adventurer just like us at one point.
Yeah, but I don't think I ever took an arrow to the knee.
Probably a good thing. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be able to be here with us. They'd have you posted up in some guard post somewhere.
Agreed. That would be... You know, for as hard as everything is, I am glad that it's at least not boring.
That is one thing I don't think anyone will ever claim this to be. You're not wrong.
Pius, you've had more than enough time. You could have joined in on this conversation if you wanted to.
He just kind of stood there and was listening in.
You know, it might not get easier, but I know that if we all stick together, we'll be okay. That's really the only thing holding me together, is all of us.
You notice that his lights kind of have like a slight green tint to it. Maybe a little bit lighter in color even, as if there's like white mixed into it.
It's definitely a good thing that we all have each other. I feel like a lot of us probably would have gotten lost without some guidance from each other.
Yes. We are quite the ragtag group, but I know deep down we all truly care about each other, no matter what. It's not every day that you get to go on a long journey like this with just anyone.
You're not wrong, but I don't think anyone's looking at the end of this realistically. We said we'd uproot the Kinehurst. That's in itself a large order. But I know none of us will shy from it. But we act as if our actions here now don't matter, that it's just something we'll deal with later. We're not thinking about what we're doing. I fear, rather, that might spell the end for at least one of us before we get to the end of the road.
I hope not. But you may be right. Maybe it's time to have a group talk. Get everyone on the same page. It's been a while since we've done that.
And I don't think it ever helped.
Then maybe it's time to have a very serious talk.
How about I just listen? I feel like I've done enough talking.
Okay. I'll bring everyone together, and I'll do the talking.
Sure.
He puts a hand on your shoulder, Wrath, and he kind of squeezes gently and then releases. And then
Kind of reaches up and catches it and pats it a couple of times and just nods.
he nods back. And then he goes over to where everybody else is.
I start patting him down, getting all the twigs and stuff out of his armor and stuff.
Thank you. I didn't even feel them there. Appreciate that.
What happened? Like, did you get in a fight with like a tumbleweed?
No, I was hiding in the woods. It's the best thing I could come up with.
Okay.
Everyone, I think it's time we all had a talk.
Uh-oh.
So,
All of us.
over to Wrath and the Hermit for a moment. The Hermit kind of stops you for a moment, Wrath, before you could, like, follow Pius. Like, you can't do it immediately.
Mhm.
And he's like, you know, I'm scared that we're going to lose someone too. And I can't remember who it was. I swear that a friend of mine once said that she doesn't care what comes. She'll find a way to save everyone. You know what? I feel like I should do the same. No, not should. I will. If it comes down to it, I will protect all of you.
That's very brave of you, Hermit. And I don't doubt you for a second. Do understand, though, that I'm a little bit of a realist, and there are powers that neither you nor I know anything about that could probably end us in the blink of an eye. So, excuse me for being a little bit skeptical, but again, if there's anyone I would believe those words from, it would be you.
He kind of nods and he's like, well, how about we go join everyone then?
Sounds good, friend.
So, as you stand up, he does kind of like go to wrap his arms around you to give you a hug.
Wrath, not the biggest hugger in the world. He doesn't like shy away from it, but he gives him like the one arm hug, and it's not like a at arm's length thing or anything, but it's not a full embrace. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, I guess I don't really know who's a hugger and who's not, huh?
You'll learn. I have a feeling we'll be around each other for long enough for you to learn exactly who is a hugger.
So he nods and he kind of turns and starts heading back towards the cave.
Wrath follows.
Everyone is now gathered. The bears have even come up towards the entrance of the cave and kind of seated themselves near all of you.
I turn to the bears, going, why are you guys going to participate in our group lecture?
You don't get a response, but they don't seem to be behaving like normal animals. Almost like something's possessed them, and they're behaving a bit more human at the moment.
They're what?
Behaving more human at the moment. They're calm, they're sitting still, and they're just kind of there. Almost as if they're watching, trying to see what's happening.
Oh, I'm gonna do check magic on them.
You do not detect any magic.
Wrath is not going to trust that at all. Can we roll insight against him?
Absolutely. Anyone who wants to roll an insight to try figuring this out, go for it.
Ugh. 16.
Yep.
16 for
Yeah,
Wrath?
that's right, you said?
Insight, yes.
Yeah, I'll roll it. Come on, Mo.
18.
23.
We got some good insight rolls here.
I haven't rolled mine.
That's fair, and your insight roll would be the only one that can gather additional knowledge at that.
Right, I gotta find it.
But at least from everyone else's, you're not totally sure why their change in behavior has happened, like what kind of force it could be, but you can tell there is no malice in their body. It seems to just be a desire to understand.
Alright.
Now, Twilight, with 24, that is good enough. You know that certain guardians of nature can extend their senses into wildlife. The guardian wolves are an example. They can exert some amount of control the way a wizard would over a familiar, so that they can scour and see large areas quicker to make sure if there's any problems that they have to deal with.
So they're basically kind of like acting like how the wolves were.
Similar. They're acting like a familiar for a wizard, but the wizard in this case would be something like a guardian, some protector of nature.
What was the wolf's name? Oh my gosh, was it like Nadia or something?
That is far enough back that I do not remember off the top of my head.
Neliel.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's right,
Neliel.
Neliel.
I'm gonna go and say, hey, do you know of Neliel? Or, like, I'm gonna just mention Neliel.
So
See what happens.
you approach them and they're like, "Do you know Neliel?" And the bear in the middle of the three kind of turns its head and it nods, yes.
Okay, that's all. I just want to know if they know him.
Yeah, so at least what you can gather in total here as a group. The bears don't seem to be any type of enemy, and they have said that they know who Neliel is, and that does not seem to be a lot.
Who's breathing into the mic?
Right, Captain.
What?
Captain's heavy breathing intensifies.
You okay there, Cap?
Yeah, just, you know, I'm hurt sucking up a little bit. It's fine.
I mean, maybe you need to run a couple miles. You're not waiting.
So, we were gonna have a serious talk, Pius?
Oh yeah, the talk, the lecture.
Yes. No, it's not a lecture. Before I say anything, I want you all to know that this is not because of anything that has happened recently. It's more me and Wrath and the Hermit are concerned.
Are you leaving?
No.
Okay.
We just... There's a lot at stake here, and we should all be on the same page. I know that a lot of things are on our shit list, and Where do you all see yourselves in the next year?
Here with you as a team.
Okay.
I see myself as stronger than ever. I can overcome any mountains I can climb. I just gotta get over the huddle. Does that sound right?
No, it makes sense.
But does the guild make us stronger?
That leads me to another question.
Yes.
Well, less of a question. Do you all think that... I'm having trouble wording this, I'm sorry.
You're having trouble what?
I'm having trouble wording what I'm trying to say.
Is that a
Take your
question?
time.
No, sorry. Let's start over. Okay. We have all been having fun. And I know that that's okay. It's okay to have fun. I'm enjoying this probably just as much as you all are. But there are a lot of things that we should really take seriously. Not every decision we make will be the best. That is okay. But we should really think about things we do from now on. The fate of the world could possibly be in our hands at some point. Whether that be on the small scale or the grand scale. It's a big responsibility. And I just want to get reassurance from all of you, I guess.
What kind of reassurance you need?
Along the lines of, are you all willing to do what is necessary to make the right choices from now on?
Right. Maybe. I'm giving you a maybe. And here's why. Because maybe some choices that we feel are wise choice, but looking at a different perspective, like, I think a wise choice, for an example, let's say if I wanted to brush Tempest, because she needs it. Yet, it may not be a good choice for her, because she may be allergic to brushing. You never know. So that's what my maybe is. Does that make sense?
That is
No, not really, but...
a really weird example.
I think what she's trying to say is that she'll try to make the right choices, but just because she can't know everything going on, it may not, from another person's perspective, be a good one.
Thank you. I did like the brushing part, though, because it made sense in my head, but okay.
Well, yes, I mean, ultimately, we are the only things keeping us from making good or bad decisions. Ourselves.
And sometimes we have no control over that.
I mean, I think
Sometimes.
waking up...
The small things, the big things, everything is important to the future.
Yeah, and waving out the consequences, too.
If you can even live long enough to see the consequences in life.
That is what I'm most concerned about.
So, Maya, I have a question. Is there a purple tint to your eyes currently?
Yeah.
You all can see this, that her eyes have taken that purple tint over the silver-golden mix they tend to be now.
Tempest, may I see your eyes really quick?
Stare.
He walks over and puts both of his thumbs on your eyebrows and lifts up.
Jesus, you don't have to get that close.
I am only trying to see what is going on with your eyes.
They are trying to see, but they are also straining right now.
It's because you stare too much. You need to blink.
Repeat, Pius.
It's probably because you need to blink. You stare too much.
So has the purple been fading as Pius is attempting all this?
No, not at all.
Okay. But Pius, I want you to give me an insight.
Okay, I'll do that.
It is a tiered DC, 10, 15, and 20.
Okay, I'm gonna get a nat 20 real quick.
You get a nat 20, and I will tell you like 80% of what's going on.
Oh, that was close.
Close. 27, though. You've noticed enough going on with like everybody's eyes at this point. For you, it's been more the color of your lights because you don't actually have eyes. But the colors seem to reflect who's in control, what people are feeling, that sort of thing. Tempest, prior to accepting the lycanthropy, had these pure, glistening silver eyes. But anytime the wolf would start to come out, or during the time she's been in her hybrid form, there's been this golden color to them. But every time she's gotten, like, serious, and she doesn't have that kind of bubbly demeanor of Tempest, they've turned purple, as if someone else is in control. Just like for you, they seem to, your lights kind of change with your emotions, and which one of these other yous is starting to shine a little bit.
He lets go of Tempest's eyebrows and steps back, but he still keeps her gaze.
Rubbing forehead.
You're the one inside of Tempest, aren't you?
Yeah, and
Why are you out?
seemed like a great time to hang out with you guys. A lot of conflicting problems going on, so I thought I'd cheer you up in the lack of any ability I know how to.
Well, I appreciate that. Am I making sense with everything I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I just don't want to lose any of you. That's all I really care about.
And me being the smartass that I am, I just take over the conversation. It's like, well, you kind of did lose me back there when you did that thing with Tempest, but I'm back now.
What are you talking about?
You know, you kind of confused me a little bit, but I'm good.
Oh, no, I
will end her. If you
no,
want me
please.
to.
No, it's okay.
Eventually.
Okay.
Do you all mind if maybe I take control of the conversation for a moment?
Go ahead, Steven.
Sure.
So, Wrath was saying earlier, we have this habit of just, we'll deal with it when it comes. But I think we might want to think ahead a little bit. Some of these problems aren't small. Like, everything going on with the demons and angels, there's a war that's going to affect the whole world, and we know that. Now. So we can't just deal with it as it comes, I think. I think we need to consider what they're trying to do to us, and what we can maybe do about it. At least with the angels and demons. The demons want to take Soul Drinker and kill Twilight, and the angels want to take Twilight and kill Soul Drinker, it seems.
You mean I'm getting a double-end sword here? Because they both want to kill me? Wow.
No, the angels want to take you, not kill you. And they want the opposite of what the demons want.
So I'm getting a double whammy here.
So's Tempest, since she's the one that has Soul Drinker.
You don't see me complaining over here?
You didn't say Tempest. You just told me twice.
Well, she has Soul Drinker, and Soul Drinker's the other half of it.
Oh, okay. So basically they're coming for both of us, not just me.
Yes, the angels want to take you, the demons want to kill you. And then, with Tempest, the demons want to take her and Soul Drinker, whereas the angels want to kill her, the opposite of what they want for you. But, so we know this, and we know they're going to keep coming after us. Obviously, we can't, set a trap, we can't know when it's going to happen. But maybe there's a way to get them to stop. To realize they can't do it, that there's no chance of success.
Well, the only way to stop would be for Tempest and I to, bow down. Say, okay, we surrender. That's the only way it will probably stop. Right, Temp?
Excuse me?
Stop anything. That'll literally only escalate this. What do you mean?
Not a chance.
Yeah.
We have chosen to fight, so we will fight.
Aye, but we be fighting angels and demons and all sorts of other nasty critters on our little quest here. So, we gotta figure out what's the best thing to go about all this.
Stand our ground.
Well, with the angels, we might not have to fight. Actually, This train of thought is, we'll deal with it when it comes, but it's being proactive in the moment. They want to take Twilight to prepare for this war, right? I can only assume that none of you are just going to let this war happen and possibly end humans. So what if we try to promise them that we'll all join, but that we have to finish this journey first?
Do you think they would be patient enough for that?
Fuck no.
Wouldn't know unless we tried.
Did we
Well, we've
not-
definitely gotten our point across, for sure.
That we eat them, aye. That they'd also come after us, aye. They weren't patient with us when they tried to take her the first time. What makes them think that they're going to be patient this time?
What's up, Brad?
I was going to say the same thing. We tried. We tried to tell them, look, this isn't happening, turn and go away. We'll deal with that when we get to it. They didn't take it. They said now or not.
Guess you're right, they did.
But we could be more persuasive, I'm sure. I think maybe the situation got out of hand and heated a little early.
They've seen what we can do, so we could use that as leverage for putting it off to later. Helping them out after.
The problem is we've taken one of their lives, which is not something easily forgiven by someone with an eternal life.
So a life for a life, it sounds like. Or at least what they need to think.
I mean, it does kind of prove a point that, we are stronger as, we are strong.
As
And
the weakest
together-
members of them sent to gather you, yes.
And
You can't
together,
tell me you believe that they're all as weak as this group.
That's a valid point.
Aye.
well, if they were weaker, we would still be in battle.
You're missing my point. If these are just a small group of scouts, say, for this massive army they are building, they're not going to be the frontline fighters. The skill and power only increases with those who would be.
We also need to consider, though, how much of their resources are they willing to use just to come after us when it's already so scarce for them?
I think that knife warrants every resource they have.
I'll take full responsibility of that one.
That's the problem. Not you taking responsibility, but the fact that not only do we have this knife that they are after as a main target, but we have used it against them.
Nice. Go ahead and give me a religion check real quick. Everyone else continue the roleplay.
Then sounds all the more sooner we need to go find Maluviette.
Valavia being your relative, correct? Is that right? Or am I thinking of something different?
Reminder on Maluviette, it was the person who can help get the dagger taken care of.
Right.
It was pretty generic. You're not exactly sure what, but at least according to the person in Tempest's head, that is the person you need to look for. And what you do know is Maluviette is connected to the Kinehurst at the end of the Highroad.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. That should be a priority for us, I believe.
Pius, with this religion check, you are aware that there are plenty of, solo agents out there, so to speak. But Army, Hell and Heaven, kind of maintain this almost militaristic structure amongst the angels and demons, respectively. Each demon lord kind of having their own army. And amongst Heaven, it's kind of each of the archangels. And you would be aware that they're generally going to send out lower members, obviously, at first, unless they know they need to send someone bigger. But that also means that these small groups that keep coming after you, they don't get to make decisions. They get told what to do, and they do it. But there are people making decisions that can be talked to.
Maybe it might come down to us having a discussion with their superiors.
Question is why would they want to talk to us? They just want to take us.
They need you, which means they're willing to negotiate.
I didn't know I was on the bargaining position here.
Well,
But you are.
I'm,
Cool.
It
I
sounds
didn't
more
mean
like
that in a-
you're bait in this situation.
Yeah,
But unlike bait, we're not going to just give you away.
Yes, we are on your side, Twilight. But if they want you bad enough, they will listen. That is all we really need.
A foot to stand on. I agree.
I could choose to just not be present, try to eliminate the tension.
That might be for the best.
I agree also with that. If we are to enter negotiations, perhaps not bring the enemy slash the weapon that is after them. But with this plan, once we do figure out how we can talk to one of them, that begs the question about the other side. We can't take on the entirety of the Nine Hills right now.
No,
Zuzu is definitely going to keep sending people after us.
I will figure something out. But I will keep you all posted on what I uncover.
May I speak?
Sure.
Look, I appreciate what you guys are all doing for me and what you guys have done for me. But honestly, it's really not your fight. Yes, we're friends. Yes, you're my family. But honestly, this is my fight.
One big problem you seem to be forgetting.
And I don't want anyone risking their lives for me.
So one of the bears speaks before anyone can really say more, and it's the voice of a woman. Twilight, it is unfortunate, but this problem isn't yours alone. As an archdruid, any concerns of the material plane are mine.
Ah, shit.
So, I do not think that I can let you deal with this on your own. I think your friends have the right idea.
Listen to the bear.
I kind of like look at the bear and go, and who are you? Because I've been trying to talk to you for a long time if you just do anything.
Let me see if I can find this name quickly.
Do you know Goldilocks and the Three Bears?
You say this, but it's literally three bears, and it is a blonde druid, archdruid. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Her name isn't Goldilocks, though.
It is the replica of the Three Bears.
Holdinus Locatus.
There's a orange.
Goldicus.
Hey, Cap, give me some porridge.
Well, as long as you didn't overhear that I was trying to talk to Bear. Fine.
Sorry.
He means well. He's just hungry all the time for flesh.
Oh, come
Yes, that.
Hey, flowers. Three bowls. Separate bowls.
Separate bowls of porridge. Aye.
Make one cold, one warm, or just right, and then make one steaming hot. And then we can have ourselves a play here. But I am not playing Goldilocks again.
All I hear is breathing.
Come on, load. It's the last place I'm gonna be.
Campfires produces 3 bowls of porridge, one hot, one cold, one just right.
Wow. My kids were asking me something.
This one's too hot. This one's too cold. This one's just right.
Apparently, I did not write down this freaking name anywhere easy to find, so I will just make a new one, and when I find it, overwrite it.
Let's call it Bart. Let's call him Bart, the bear.
Bart the bear.
But, well, you're not asking about the bear's name.
I just want to know who they were.
So the bear gives you a name, and it says that she says her name is Archdruid Nemenash.
And what is that?
My name and my title, of course. There is a druid circle that lives here in the Maluviette Mountains, and I am the head of it. And thanks to Nelliel and her family, we were made aware of all of you. We have been trying to keep an eye on you, and figure out exactly what the situation is. And it seems that all of you are tied to any number of problems. This angel and demon one, though, definitely requires our attention.
Also, how are you involved in this?
As I said, anything affecting the material plane is my responsibility. Do you think the angels and demons are going to be okay with conquering the world and then just letting humans exist? Just letting nature take its course?
No.
That is why it is my problem. If I may make a suggestion,
Yes.
the next time that the angels decide they're going to make their move, you leverage Twilight, as you said. Get a meeting with someone of importance, at least, someone who's making the decisions, and if you set the terms correctly, perhaps you could perform an assassination. An assassination on a high-ranking member should give them pause at trying to come after you for some time. Hopefully that'll buy my circle time to prepare for this war coming. I don't think a small group is capable of preventing the war, but if we can delay it, we may be better prepared to protect Maluviette.
You mean like, me? Like sacrificing me?
No, assassinate a member of the hierarchy in the Angels' military.
Oh,
Although they want
okay.
you, you are certainly not of rank.
Well, I honestly don't know what my rank is, because I didn't really know I was an angel. So I honestly don't know what my rank is. I could be a higher rank than any of them.
I think your rank currently is pawn. But what do the rest of you think of that idea? Trying to assassinate someone.
How do we know it won't backfire?
You don't. And that is why I am simply suggesting it. It is your lives on the line. I will not try to press this matter beyond what you are willing to do.
Will you be there with us for every step of the way?
I cannot guarantee that, but I can attempt to send you.
Like, help us fight this battle.
I think you're asking a bit much of the bears.
No, I'm like,
It's unfortunate. We are not close to your location currently. I do not think that any of us in the circle would be able to make it to you in time for this. But there are other ways that we can try to provide support. Assuming that, creatures such as these bears are willing to sacrifice themselves potentially. I do not want to force anyone to do something if they are not comfortable with it.
I would not allow you guys to sacrifice yourselves. I'm an animal lover. I try to stop these guys from killing things all the time, but they don't listen.
Sometimes things do need to die, unfortunately.
Yes.
It's a part of the circle of life. But I would not make any animal nor person put themselves in danger to help.
And I wouldn't want that either.
Yes. So whatever support we can provide will come from those willing to support you.
I suppose that we'll play it by ear after we get an audience. It all depends on if they are going to listen.
Make them listen.
Well, we're going to try.
I would like to be civil about it, but
Fear in their heart. Sorry, what was that?
I doubt that the angels fear us. The demons for sure do not.
The Archdruid speaks this time. They may not fear you, but they do fear what will happen if the demons win. Angels have always been a fearful bunch.
Ah, see? They've been fearful. How come I don't have fear? I am higher rank. Yeah!
Wonder if we could get the angels and demons that are chasing us to collide at the same time. Just a
Why
thought.
would you do that?
I mean, Tempest, you and I know you can kick my ass here, but we could maybe pretend to fight, you and I. If we get what we need to do is probably get the demons and the angels to kind of
What? No, that just isn't gonna work. Most definitely.
they see us fight, then game on.
They take the opportunity to flank us both.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we are royally fucked at that point.
Yeah, you're right.
Not
We need
into
to
that.
be. Me neither. I don't even know how to do that. But seriously, I think we should take this very slowly.
I mean, we could try to communicate with them. They might listen.
I think they will listen. It's just going to take a lot of convincing. These things, these angels, they're old. Much older than any of us.
Tread light. Keep your wits about you.
And bottom line is, if they do, kind of overtake me, they'll let me go in the next 5 seconds because they couldn't handle my obnoxiousness. Only you guys can. And I would annoy the hell out of them.
Camouflage pulls out some cotton. What was she saying again?
See?
Wow, you had that and didn't even share.
Sure. Why would I share?
My point proven. My point proven.
So, do we feel like we're on the same page at this point?
I'm on page 12.
Other than
Yes,
Twilight?
Honestly, I'm not sure. But I hope we've gotten a point across. This is all going to be hard. But
I'm sure you guys.
Hmm?
I'm sure you guys can handle this. And if we're staying cautious, I'll make sure not to be present when the angels come back next time.
Actually, I have a way for you to be present, Temperance. And they won't even know it.
Uh-huh.
As I hand her my cloak of invisibility.
Do I like attune to this thing or something?
I don't
don't think so.
remember. Does that need attunement? Let's see. Switch to the inventory page. Loading. Cloak of Invisibility does require attunement.
We do have that extra couple of attunement slots.
How many we got total?
We get 5 slots in total. Currently, we're attuned to 5, but the last one is the Ring of Mind Shielding. That's your 5th slot. That doesn't necessarily matter a lot. Well, I guess it kind of does, because it keeps you from having people pry into your mind against your will.
Much appreciated, but I'd rather us not be tracked so easily. Especially if they're searching for Soul Drinker.
I agree. In fact, I think we should all be wearing one of those rings.
Should we call the creepy merchant up?
Do you really think that I would miss out on this conversation? When there are problems, there are solutions, and I offer many.
Who is this?
Patches.
God.
What's wrong with your voice, Patches?
Oh, come on now. We all change. Sometimes it's our voice, sometimes it's our appearance. Right now, I just happen to be in an exceptionally good mood.
It's freaking me out, and I'm not even present most of the time.
Yes,
Yeah, I
that
don't
is
like this.
most concerning.
Yeah, I really don't like this.
Anyway, Wrath.
Yes, we each need a ring of mind shielding, please.
What's a ring of mind shielding?
Something that will keep others from being able to track us from distance.
It'll stop this telepathy bullshit. Which actually, Twilight's already attuned to 1. I was like, I think you guys got 2 previously. Yes, Twilight is actually attuned to 1. Which means Twilight and Tempest, for a while now, have been allowed to just ignore telepathy. But yeah, that would be 3 that you would be worried about getting in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and a scroll of scry, please, as well.
Can I get an invisible potion?
Oh, what?
A potion of invisibility?
Potion of invisibility. Just out of game. Why would you want a potion of invisibility?
For Tempest. So she can actually be there.
I'm good. There's ways around this.
Fine, never mind. Just trying to help. Just trying to think of others, and it's not working.
I'll take 5.
I'm not going to give you 5 potions of invisibility.
I know you're not, but the merchant is. And I'm fine with her. It. Whatever. I want to pay 5.
Okay, so the rings are 250 each. That would be 750 gold for the rings.
Do I need to pay for y'all or cover?
It would be Captain, Wrath, and Pious that need the rings.
I can cover all of them if needed.
Oh,
Let me see how much money I have.
You cannot acquire a potion of invisibility. It is too high of a rarity.
That's fine. I didn't want it anyway. If Tempest didn't want it, so it's fine. It's
How much is
okay.
it?
250.
Oh yeah, I got plenty of gold.
Hey, while you're at it, give me a magic carpet.
Nope.
No.
how about a magic gag?
You know, I've said it so many times, and she just keeps forgetting. You are not strong enough for me to sell you one of those magic carpets.
I had one before.
Alright, so coming back to it, we were just having this conversation about trying to take things seriously, not just take things as they come, but try to be proactive. A few suggestions were made about possibly making the angels back off, including attempted assassination, or just trying to secure a meeting in general with their head. And the Archdruid here, everything's kind of been put out there, and the Archdruid does speak to you and is like, I don't expect an answer now, of course. And regardless of your decision, we are here to help our own. If ever you need to get in contact with me, just speak with the birds. And you see the bear's demeanor change as they kind of go back to being more animalistic, and they're hunched over, paws down. And they kind of just wander off out of the cave.
What kind of bird?
I'm sure it's any bird you see.
What about Tempest's uncle and aunt? They're birds.
I think what she meant was she is connected with nature and can talk to us through animals.
Well, with the bears gone, I do want to say this feels like every force who thinks it has control over people is vying for war, and that doesn't sit right with me. I think if it came down to it, I would tell them all to fuck off.
That's one way to look at it.
The druid doesn't deserve this land any more than the angels or the demons do. The world's owned by the people now. And that's not to say that there aren't deities higher, but if humans are to have free will, then they can't be ruled.
Well said, friend.
Twilight turns into an emergency siren.
I do what? Sorry, there's a loud car going off. What was that?
We got the sound of it, and it kind of sounded like an emergency siren. So you just turned into an emergency siren for a second, that's all.
So, the general consensus?
I guess I will be the guinea pig.
There we go.
Comes to that.
Yes, we want to keep you out of harm's way as much as possible, but they are after you, so they will come to us again. And this time, we will be the ones making the demands, not them. We stand our
If
ground.
anything were to happen to any of you, I will not allow it.
I think we'll all feel the same way.
Yes.
Oh,
Hello.
this is so touching. I'm sorry.
Well, no, it's okay.
Hey, it's okay.
Even
Almost
though
got a
we all
tear.
don't get along sometimes, I know that each one of you would do what it takes to keep me safe, as well as me keeping all of you safe, and all around the circle.
We got you.
So, as long as we are all together, we are strong, and we can do anything that we really put our minds to. As long
That's
as
a good
we
pep talk.
stick
It's a good
together.
pep rally.
Thanks.
Well, these rings should help us at least stay a little bit out of their purview.
Aye.
Isn't the objective to actually get in their purview?
Well, the current objective, as far as this war between angels and demons goes, is to find this person that could help with the dagger. Once that's out of everyone's grasp, then maybe we can reassess.
Okay, let's do that. Let's find this person who is the dagger, and let's do that.
We got a plan. Shall we get moving?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Aye.
Cinema. As you all are heading out of the cave, the sun is finally cresting over the mountains. A brilliant sunset as a forward drop as you all head back towards the high.
Oh, you mean sunrise?
Did I say sunset?
Yeah.
Yes, sunrise. I meant to say
Woo,
sunrise.
I thought we were in. Wow.
I
I was
just-
gonna say that was long.
I just skipped like 18
in the
hours. It's
distance.
fine.
Wow. I didn't realize we were having that meeting for that long.
No. It is about 5:30 as you're heading out. At about 6:15 is when you get back to the road itself. If you take a straight line. If you want to try cutting it so you can get some distance up the road at the same time as you head back, it will be a survival check to see how accurately you do so.
Oh,
Yes.
I'll take a survival check.
I'll take point in this.
So is that an advantage or?
One of you roll, and the other has it, and one of
What's
you
your
will
point?
roll with advantage. You choose which one of the two of you rolls.
I have a better survival.
I have a +9 in survival.
I have. How can you be better at survival than me?
The bonus that Twilight has is she has lucky. So both of you have an edge in this.
Actually, I have a 9 too.
I think 23 is my high.
Wait, did you already roll?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like Twilight or Tempest took point.
Okay, Tempest, you got the higher one.
Yep, she rolled first, and that 23 is good enough. You are able to not quite double. It's about 6:45 when you finally get back to the road. But you have made about an extra 3 miles of progress down the road.
We'll take it.
Progress.
Along the way, Wrath has been speaking in Draconic with his pseudo-dragon. And he's just kind of, wellness check first, followed by just kind of going over recent events that the dragon might have missed. And as he's doing so, he's asked the pseudo-dragon to start gathering like long strands of grass, like the thicker strands if there are any.
Okay.
And he's trying to weave them together currently.
All right. The pseudo dragon has enough awareness, kind of know how tense everything is, and kind of like image of the giants together, like triumphant in pose. Then pseudo dragons together, triumphant pose, and then you guys together, triumphant pose. You get the general idea is like together you're strong.
Mhm.
But yeah, he goes about it. The snow's not too thick, but he's kind of darting around and moving quickly and like digging out the little bits of snow to find grass and bring it back to you. Otherwise, and that one doesn't really need any rolls. Grass is grass; you can always find it.
We're on the road now.
Yes, you are back on the road. On the road again.
I'm gonna position myself next to Wrath and kind of look over.
Okay. And he is weaving this grass into almost like a bowl shape almost, but it's kind of flat for a bowl.
So, are you satisfied with today's answers, or is there still more in your head?
Her eyes are a complete purple currently.
You know that knife's evil.
This knife has a greater purpose in this world.
I'm not denying that. Great can mean both good and evil.
And in a way, it's a matter of perspective.
The perspective of Tiamat, the mother of dragons, one of the most evil deities to ever exist. Someone who would sacrifice their young just for power.
Yes, you're quite spot on with all that. The thing is,
This is happening
What?
private, Twilight.
No, I was just clearing my throat.
it's yes, it's bad, and it'd be hard pressed to say there's any good that could come of it. But this dagger, the plan is to hopefully use it in a reverse way.
I can get behind that. I think maybe you misinterpret why I'm upset.
Go
As it
ahead.
is, we are acting in an attempt to be a force of good. And to allow an artifact of evil to take something good from this world and feed it willingly to it. It doesn't sit right with our current mission. Now, I try to be as neutral as possible. Risha teaches us that there is balance in all things, that the storm has to be followed by the calm. But to willingly feed that storm feels different.
I can't fault you there.
I don't want to see your soul lost to it in an attempt to do good with it. I fear the effects it will have on you. Not that angel. I could care less about the angel, other than the fact that you fed it to this dagger.
Yes. It's... What's the best way I could put this? It was an opportunity. The dagger, as most of us know, at this point, it's drawing in power. And the goal is to let it do that. So that when it does release, we'll be able to flip the effects, essentially.
Do you understand how?
That's where parts of it will fall short. I can't fully answer it, but the Valavia, they know how to contain and control its effects.
We think they do. We've not been
kind-
given exact information on this.
The Kindhursts have put their faith in that family for so long, many generations.
And do you think the Kindhursts know everything about this dagger? That they're not simply as much tools of it as it is of you currently?
I think the Kindhursts know full well what this dagger is capable of, but the part that they fault on is whose hands it is in.
Right. So that
And
leads us back to, it's in your hands,
which is the
and
best,
you fed its evil.
only to meet the possible end. It's better than taking a chance of not really knowing what's going to happen with it.
So, I think I had this conversation with Nick a while back about morality and experimentation. If the end justifies the means, is it worth it? And when it comes to decisions like these, you try to justify ends for everyone and not just for yourself.
Sorry, my brain kind of blanked right there.
Self-sacrifice isn't as noble as people make it seem, is what I'm trying to say. If we can do this without the sacrifice, I think we're better off. I think the world is better off.
Well,
Experimenting with things we don't know anything about, both in magic and in life can be very dangerous, and we should approach experimentation with caution.
I completely agree with the caution. You're completely right.
That's all I'm saying. I apologize for my outburst earlier.
No, you're all right. But I will add an extra layer. Try not to worry about Tempest too much. It's not her decision to use it in those moments. It's really not her hand. And as long as she has you guys there beside her, I don't think there'll be too much to worry about.
I can only hope that you're right. I'll try to worry less about these decisions, but this does affect not only what's or who is within us, but us here.
Indeed it does. Did I give you something to work with?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
How do you mean? I mean, you gave me a lot to think about,
Okay.
and you've made
Still in character.
math. Oh, sorry. You've given me a lot to think about. There's angles that I'm not seeing, obviously, and I'm trying to take those into consideration, but I do think we need to approach anything to do with that dagger with caution.
I can agree with that.
Wrath, as this conversation's kind of wrapping up, and you know that everyone else is going to soon notice that you guys have kind of pulled away, you get the feeling that you have an opportunity to ask one question and to get a more or less straight response, at least to the best of this other person's ability.
I don't even know what to ask, honestly.
I do.
When did she
If you
get
were
here?
here, that
These
would be
days.
Out of game, if any of you have ideas, feel free to suggest them.
Oh, we can?
Out of game, you can suggest an idea for a question. Yes.
So, out of game, I think that with what Ralph was saying, how it could have power, good or bad, I think that we should test it with a torment or a hope fragment.
Here, I got one.
Not
What happened to that angel?
Hmm?
That
What happened
is
to
your
that
question.
angel?
Okay.
What really happened to that angel?
Its essence, its life form, it belongs to the dagger now, embedded within it. Transferred into a sense of power. Its soul is forever gone and cannot ever come back.
Can I use my plot point to have finished what I was weaving?
What were you eating? You might have been able to do it without plot.
For those of you who have played something like Mortal Kombat or Ghost of Tsushima, the kind of flat pyramid style hats that are woven out of like straw.
Ooh.
All right, yeah. We will use the plot point. It is made. It is sturdy. It is quality.
He kind of takes it in hand as he ties off the last section and flips it a couple times and sets it on his flat head. Well, we should get back to the others.
Agreed. Plus, at this point, shit, I don't even know if Tempest is losing her mind floating around in there.
Let's hope she finds some sanity at some point.
Yeah. Talk to you guys later.
You scare me.
My favorite part about this is like I know Maya very well, real life, and like you guys are literally having to interact with her being her. Like in this moment, you're just dealing with like real Maya. This is how Maya behaves.
It's wonderful.
Mhm.
Oh, what the... God, I spaced out. Oh shit, we're already moving.
We made some good progress. In fact, you were leading us for a little while, but you kind of got tired.
Clearly. I don't even remember that. Whatever.
Uh-oh. Scammer alert! Scammer alert! Banhammer! Dropped.
Get him out!
Did it not? Did it not? No, I don't want to block. I want to ban.
I got you.
Thank you. All right, Banhammer dropped, and back to everything. As Tempest and Wrath come back from their slightly aside as you all have been continuing to walk. And the Hermit, Pious Captain Twilight, to all of you, it just seems like he's kind of musing, but Wrath, to you specifically, this seems to almost be like he heard the conversation and he just has something he feels he needs to say.
Something on your mind, Hermit?
I'm just thinking, in general, power is a tool. Even if a tool were to be born of evil or good somehow, ultimately, it's how that tool, how that power is used. That's what ultimately decides if it's good or evil, I think. Even if it were born from the depths of sin and hate.
You're absolutely correct. And I think our friend Pius here helped me learn that more than anyone. The problem is, and I believe Pius will back me on this, is that whenever it is born from evil, evil comes a little more naturally. Corrupts a little quicker.
Think of it as a seed. I don't know where I was going with that. No, I got it. Hold on. It got away from me for a second. Yes, no, that's a terrible analogy. Rat's right.
Stare.
Blink, Tempest, blink.
You're killing it, Pius. I don't know what the conversation really entails, but you're killing it.
You know, half the time I don't either. But Wrath is correct. Evil never stops.
Evil sucks.
And we may have to do something that rides the line of evil at some point, but it is for the greater good. Possibly.
And it's in those times that we need to shield ourselves from allowing that evil act to become easier to do the next time. That's what separates us.
Yes. I will never expect to be forgiven for what I've done in my past, but I will spend the rest of my life trying to sow goodness into the world, even though it may not make up for everything I did. It's the only thing I can do now. I will never go back to that. And I will fight to the death if that's what it takes.
Wrath kind of puts a hand on his shoulder. We all have sins to atone for.
Yes. Some may take longer than others.
Agreed.
Pius, in this moment, Tempest, her aura seems a little different. Familiar, almost, to you. Her eyes aren't purple or anything. They're kind of in their normal silver gold state that she has in her hybrid form. But her aura just seems to be a little bit different.
Why are you staring at me?
A bad different or a good different?
A familiar different.
Pius, you're freaking me out.
Does what? Can I see anything coming off of her?
You could give me an Arcana check.
I'm
Okay.
gonna stare her down like she does me.
You don't notice this. Pius is the only one that kind of notices this difference in her
shit.
aura.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up because this is the second time I ruined shit.
I wouldn't say ruined. Pius only notices because it is familiar to her.
13?
What level warlock are you? 3?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Then we'll say the DC was 13. Was that enough to give you an answer, though? No, I'll explain. It's the same power that you're feeling from your own warlock pact. Yours is technically with yourself, though? Like with Amy?
Tempest,
What's up?
do you have any connections to another being? Not the one in your head, either.
In case you don't remember the conversation we had over this last week, you are aware of this connection where you're getting the power.
Yes. What's up?
Is that, or should that be concerning?
What's concerning?
The fact that you haven't mentioned that you have a connection to another being? That doesn't concern you at all?
I mean, honestly, with all the weird stuff going on, I really didn't question it. It's kind of new, like really new. I kind of just woke up, honestly, almost.
Well, I'm not telling you what to do. But in the future, it would be nice to know.
I mean, is this bad? Is there something on me?
Your aura is different.
It's probably full of flair.
Possibly, but also if you're connected with another being, they are making themselves known to me.
Oh, shit. It's like we were bound to fight together. To the end.
Who is it, if you don't mind me asking?
I have no idea.
So, you clearly don't remember the conversation we had. You are aware of its name, of amygdala. You are aware of that.
I wasn't going to say it, but okay.
Okay, my bad. Misinterpreted the situation.
But yeah, there you go. It introduced itself, has a long name, kind of complicated.
Wait, did you say amygdala?
Yes. God, it sounds like you're sneezing when you say it.
So the same person that I am.
Uh-huh. You're
Amygdala.
pious.
Yes, but also amygdala is inside of me.
Wait, seriously? So, like, if I open you up?
No, it's mental. They are not physical.
Well, shit, ask her where it came from, because it kind of just, like, existed now.
Would you like to talk to him?
Ooh. Yeah, fuck it, let's go. Where is he at?
You're willingly handing off control?
Yes. Pius sits down and bows his head and tries to contact amygdala.
So unlike other times when like you've been taken over, you are aware. You just simply have no control at the moment. So you know what's being said. You can see everything.
Okay.
Oh, hello. How are you all doing?
Wow, what a change into me. This is connected to me now? Hi.
Hi. And connected to you? I don't believe I am. I don't feel a connection between us. Well, I mean, emotionally, in a way, we're friends. I do feel that connection.
I'm gonna start poking Pius. Touch.
Is there something on me?
Apparently, wherever you are, our friend here sees your aura coming off of me.
My aura is the same as Pius's, though.
Exactly why this is weird. You're here to answer questions.
I believe that when Pius drew me back in, a part of me had been left behind in the void. Perhaps that's where the power is coming from.
Well, I was floating in a low area for a bit. Any way to poke your head inside of that place? I'll look around.
Kind of tilts his head. I don't know how to respond.
Of course. Okay. Thanks. I think we got more questions.
You regain control, Pius.
Well, that was much smoother than the last time.
Totally useless.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Void. Psh, where's that place even at?
I'm not sure, but I've been there more times than I can count.
Apparently, I gotta ask some questions to someone there, if they even exist.
Maybe we could do that later.
Yeah, I've done weirder things on weekends. Sure.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It's just kind of cold.
I have fur.
This isn't the kind of cold that you can warm yourself up in. It chills your bones down to your soul. It's the only reason I can feel it.
Half of my insides are constantly on fire.
Well, we'll see how you do then.
Yep.
Just don't listen to the red one. He's an asshole.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fuck the red one. Who's the red one?
Well, hopefully you don't have to meet him, but... Long story short, there's a bunch of me in there.
Yeah, at this point, he makes honestly the most sense out of all of us.
Yeah.
No objection.
So you all get to continue traveling with even more to think about than before. It's about 10 a.m. You've been traveling for around like 4 hours ish, about 3 since you got back on the road. And plain as day, no like hiding behind the sun or anything. You see a man, a good 13, 14 foot tall, large, dove-like wings. His skin is green and his eyes are a blazing white. It is very clear that this is a celestial, an angel. And he lands about like 50 feet away from you, draws his greatsword, and tosses it to the ground. We've gotten off on the wrong foot. I would like a chance to rectify this situation. Enara is important to us, but my subordinates did not approach the situation well.
Yes, we would all like to come to an understanding.
Archangel Weiklem did give out the order that we need to bring Enara back at all costs. My subordinates took this to mean violence as an acceptable answer, and perhaps it could have been in certain conditions. But it would be pointless to bring back Enara when she is not willing. If we did so, she would not participate nor help us.
Right. I think we all agree on that. That it is her choice.
So we can keep going with our journey, no problem?
It does create a conundrum. And unlike the other angels, he is speaking to you, like, using his mouth. He's not doing the telepathy thing. We need her, and we need her soon. Because the sooner she joins our ranks, the sooner she can be trained for what is to come. This war is inevitable, whether we desire it or not. But we understand that she does have her own life. Or at least I do. I would like to come to some type of arrangement where we could take her now, rather than at the end of your journey. But I also do not know how we could come to such an agreement.
It all depends on what she says. We would like her to stay, but if she desired to go with you, then we would reluctantly let her go. But that is ultimately up to her.
Well, before we begin discussions, Nara, there is something that your mother wanted you to know. She does regret what she did. It has been quite some time, but she realizes that having thrown you away was more than just a mistake. It was not only a fault within our ranks as celestial beings, it was the wrong choice as a mother. Besides helping us, obviously, with this war, you come with us, you would also have a chance to meet your mother. To give her a chance to rectify this. Now, I understand that this still requires sacrifice on your part, for her to be able to do something.
Am I hearing this or no?
Oh yeah, he's talking plainly to all of you.
I'm not going.
Not even after this journey?
I mean, they need me now, but I'm not going. They want me sooner than later. I'm not going.
Again, we understand that taking you by force would be meaningless. If it is true that we have to wait, then so be it. Just understand that the less prepared you are, the more likely you are to die. Not by our hands, but by the daemons.
So you mean I can when journey ends, I can go then because you guys. So yeah, if I can go later than now, then yeah, I can see why not. But I have to be completed with all of my journey.
You make that sound as if you mean upon your death. You do realize as a celestial, you will forever be on a journey. We could wait until the end of this particular one, until you reach your destination at the end of this road. But that is the farthest that we can wait.
I step forward. By the end of this journey, she'll master her power and her strength. She'll be a warrior, probably totally prepared for the situation that you want her for. You have my word as a member of the Canehurst family, as a Falls, that we will have her to you, prepared when this is all over.
You do clearly have experience. You must know there is more than just an individual's strength that is required. Can you promise that you will try to teach her how to cooperate, how to work together as a group? In war, you must be able to work with your opponents. You must be in step.
Challenging as it may be, we've gotten this far, and she's only getting better. Trust me.
Me cooperate? That's a run in itself.
I elbow her in the stomach.
What?
You see, I am having slight problems. In case you are not aware, one of the gifts of my kind of angel, the planetoids, is to be able to detect lies with 100% accuracy. But there's some type of magic that is shrouding all of you currently. So I cannot use this ability to know with certainty that you are telling the truth. I would like some reassurance. And
You want the truth?
I can tell you exactly what you could give me that would act as absolute proof. That dagger. If you are willing to part with it, I will believe everything all of you have to say for the rest of time.
Sure you would. We'd be handing you the other piece of the puzzle that you're missing, and promising you the first. That's a poor negotiation position for us.
Yeah, no. The dagger stays with us.
By now, I am sure you are aware of what it can do. You know it is born of evil.
Or
I can promise that we would simply hold on to it. To return to you once you reach the end of the road. We will not destroy it. And we will trust your decision how to handle it from that point on.
If we don't give you the dagger, then what?
It is not the only way for me to trust you. I'm just saying that that is a very obvious way to earn my absolute trust.
What's the other way?
That is for you to offer.
It's for me what?
That is for all of you to offer. We need a mutually beneficial situation. Obviously, I want reassurance that I can trust you. But at the same time, it is not completely right of me to expect you to simply give and give as I demand. Enara, you coming with us is what we gain. So it's only fair that all of you make some decision in this as well.
I am unsure of what I could give you.
You know what I can give?
What is it, Enara? What can you give?
I can just give you my word. And my word is my bond.
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion.
Yes, persuasion.
You updated all of my character sheets, so it's like...
You just gotta go find persuasion. It'll have the correct number.
How did I get that?
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Probably because you chose to have it as proficiency at one point? Oh, you only have a +4 in persuasion.
No, it's a 10.
I am on your character sheet right now. It is a +4. I'm trying to find the +10. I see a +10 in athletics.
I'm on Tempest's. Oops, my bad.
Tempest, I didn't realize you were that persuasive. Yet I'm the one that
I
updated
didn't know
your
that
character.
either.
So you got a 14. That set the DC for 16. Even with his shite roll, he got a 17.
Can I use my lucky?
Yes, but you already know you succeeded.
Oh, okay.
So you say this. Well, the problem is, of course, that you are trying to get me to trust your word. And you're offering up your word, your bonds, as you put it.
And if I don't do this?
If your word fails, you will lose all of your bonds. That is what you have offered. Your word through your bonds. You will lose your friends, your family, your connection to nature, your memories. You will lose all of your bonds if you break your word. And he extends his hand out to you, and you see that it is glowing slightly. This is a magical pact you make. You keep your word.
I'll do you one better.
What are you doing for one better?
That was already one better.
Right?
So I lose everything, right?
If you break your
Yeah,
word, you lose everything.
So one better would be you would lose Star. Have the right. You're
Out of game. Star is clearly one of your bonds that you would lose.
damn.
He has basically said that you will lose everything that makes you you if you break this magical pact.
Well, I tried to do one better.
So do you take his hand or not? Do you
Yes.
shake?
Yes.
As you do, and all of you can see this, the light flows off of his hand onto hers. It's on both of them, and you can see a sigil appear on the back of her hand and his as well, depending on your angle, before it kind of just, the light and the sigil fade. Wrath, you've seen this a couple of times, just deals are made a lot as a pirate. Magical pacts are not a joke. When they are made, they happen. The terms happen. Reality will make it happen.
Right.
So, you are aware of how thorough and complete this is. And as it fades, he pulls his hand back. Well then, I will see you once you reach the end of this road. And he turns and flies off again.
Is there any kind of mark on her hand?
There's no permanent noticeable. But if you focus and try to, like with the Blade song, you can kind of see the magical auras, you can hear their sound. You can tell there's now a difference in hers that is occurring because of the magical pact.
You know, Star,
Yes.
I think I want to do a tattoo on you.
Oh, cool. What is it?
On your hand there.
Aw. Okay.
I think maybe at some point you'll need a reminder that you're under that oath.
Why would I need a reminder?
I don't know. I'm sure there are many different reasons.
Will it be another butterfly?
No.
So every time when I lift my hand, it will just like flutter?
Nope.
What do you want to draw?
I'm not sure yet. Let me think about it.
Do I get to pick it? And you could stick it.
I'll let you have some input.
Oh, yay. How about a dick? Can I get a dick on my hand?
I'd rather really not.
No?
No, I'd rather my work not be known for its phallic nature.
Uh-huh.
I'll come up with something. We should keep moving.
So, Enara. That's a pretty name.
Nara?
Yes, that's what the angel kept calling you. I'm guessing that's the name your mother gave you. It is very pretty.
Um. I really. I think he was maybe mistaking me for somebody else, maybe, because I don't really like the name, but okay.
I didn't say you had to use the name or anything. I doubt he was mistaken. I'm just commenting that it's a pretty name.
Nara. It sounds like, Nala with a shit ton of, oh my goodness, a shit ton of,
Ins and R's.
yeah, like that. Steroids. Sounds like Nala on steroids. Nara.
Well, is that such a bad thing? I mean, you are quite the strong woman. Come on, give me a pose. Give me a rar.
This is getting.
Tippus, there's your roar.
Nope. I'm walking away. You guys coming?
So as I do this, I'm gonna push my hand to the sun and say, see if something will shoot out of my hand.
You're just trying to see if something will shoot out of your hand.
That would be cool.
You managed to cast prestidigitation and make fireworks.
Cool. Fireworks just shot out of my hand.
That's amazing.
I am the fire wizard, and I keep doing it.
What are you guys doing? Let's go!
Kids these days.
I heard that!
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? You're...
I zoom up to his face. I could do a lot of things. Trust me, Captain.
Kind of
I'm really going to experience
tongue at her.
I'm gonna fly up and try to shoot fireworks out of my hand again.
Anyway, turning onwards.
So you're able to get the next 5 hours of travel in pretty easily. You have already kind of pushed and been going a good 9 hours at this point. But the sun is not starting to go down yet. It is only 3 p.m. because you started really early.
Let's get going.
Lunch break!
Oh, we haven't eaten today, you're right.
I have.
A couple of you ate good berries. Tempest had a eldritch goblin arm.
It wasn't enough.
I can always make more.
Yeah, let's,
You have other meat.
Wait, that did you.
let's have a meal.
So short rest or long rest?
Sure.
Short.
All right. You have plenty of time to be able to cook up something and eat it. Captain, what are you cooking up real quick?
Let me see. Gunfire's going through his meats. Yeah, he's just muttering himself. I got tree meat. I got the goblin meat. I still have bear meat. Where'd this meat come from? I'll worry about that later.
Nope.
There's the troll meat. There's the ogre meat. What meat do I want? The venison meat. Hey, venison meat works. Make it normal for everybody, since everyone else keeps complaining about it. That's fine.
Well,
What do I want to do?
we all have our likes and dislikes, Captain.
Hey, that'd be true.
Yours just happens to be psychotic, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Really psychotic.
Deranged could be another word.
Really now, deranged. Do you think a deranged man would all just go?
I
you want
think
me
a
to answer
deranged
that?
man would be holding on to a stockpile of meat that would be considered cannibalism in some culture.
Or just highly frowned upon.
Maybe I should have rephrased it as being okay with us.
Yeah, that's probably actually pretty accurate.
Because if you went to a town like that, you would probably be thrown in jail.
You think I'd be thrown in jail?
Well, they would have a hell of a fight, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would too.
You attacked
Because
He attacked a giant. What do you think he'd do in a village?
You know, I can see him passing it off as normal foodstuffs for a while, and then eventually getting caught up in this large black market ring of illegal food preparation.
Oh God!
That is probably one of the most accurate things I've ever heard in my entire life.
So, Lance, I have to ask you a question for you to decide on your background. How often did Wrath go on land when the pirates would have some type of cargo they're handing off or selling? How often would he have actually gone with the shore party for that?
He'd have been that the one the crew hated, because he'd have been the one that saw the cargo turned over and then made sure everyone was up and at him when they needed to be afterwards.
All right. Then you definitely have already seen black market meat trade. And you're pretty sure at some point you definitely saw human venison.
Yeah.
Campfires is making venison hot pockets for everybody.
Venison hot pockets, alright.
Oh, drooling.
While all this is going on, I'm going to actually, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to go actually explore the land and see if I can get some more of my cannabis.
Roll me a survival check.
Wrath is doing the dog that accidentally put like too much ice cream on its tongue.
I wish I knew what that was like.
I think it's a +8.
One of these days, I'll get you to try something.
Yeah, your survival check is good there.
Hi, you.
I ain't doing it. No way.
I gotta figure out just a spicy metal. Spacey something. Something good. Something hot.
You think that infernal
Hey, you got-
steel might be spicy?
There.
I don't trust it. I know you're trying to put meat in everything.
I'll put meat in you.
Oh,
Oh,
dear.
wow,
Excellent
she's,
meetings.
wow, that's some cradle robbing right there.
Bring it
What? I have venison. I have tree meat. What do you think I was doing?
on!
It was the phrasing, Captain. The phrasing.
Oh, no. Nah. She's too young and crazy. I don't stick my dick in that.
You think I can hear
No, we're not telling. We're not. Never mind. Forget it.
I mean,
We will.
I can go that route.
Just forget I even said anything.
Alright. Hey, once you lick one, it's always great times.
Okay. Captain, why did you say that? I thought,
That was too perfect!
oh, heavens.
I mean, I thought I already was, but... So, Twilight, you're able to find 5 more doses of ephemeral lily. You currently have 14 total.
Yeah.
And that's just because you had to make like a short trip of it to be able to go out, search, and get back on time before everyone decides to continue on. This is the point where each hour of travel is a con save.
Also, do I notice, like, I kind of want to, just hear, like, do a, what is it, a listening check? Just to see if I can hear anything.
Perception? I mean, generally while you're out, you're keeping yourself attentive-ish. But nothing seems out of place. I mean, it's the forest, there's animals moving around, all that. Nothing special.
So, check we're doing?
Yes, everyone needs to roll a con save as we do our first hour of forced march.
Actually, my survival is 9, not 8.
It was the same item.
What are we rolling? Con?
Yes, con save.
13.
13, 19, 23, 14.
14.
Looks like Twilight's the last one.
Oh, yeah, I'm kind of slow tonight.
Natural 20 for 26. Twilight seems way too energetic after 10 hours of travel, but all of you are okay. No exhaustion or anything. You can keep pushing if you want.
I'm pushing it. Let's go!
Sure.
All right.
Come on, guys.
Another con save. DC 13 this time.
27.
Nice.
Oh, that's worse. 12.
12.
Wait, didn't we have a short rest?
That's not going to change the DC.
Oh, okay.
There's an assumption that you take rests while traveling. So this rule already factors that in. So we got a 22 for Tempest, 18 for Twilight. Pius, Captain's the only one that failed. Captain, you have a level of exhaustion. It is 5 p.m. The sun is starting to go down, and you all have gotten about 12 hours of travel in today. It's been a long one.
Let's keep going.
Just be mindful of Captain. He's looking a little rough.
Yeah, how you feeling, Cam?
I can do it.
We can do it.
I'm not
Alright.
as young as I used to be.
It's like going to work and
Alright.
needing 3 monsters to get through the shift. That's where you're sitting at right now.
Just we can keep going. We can do it.
Let's one more and then we call it.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, I'm still good.
I'm sure you are, but some of the rest of us aren't.
Remember, we must work as a team, Twilight.
Why is it a nat one?
Did you get a nat 1?
I got a nat one.
Oh, no.
Well, Captain just fell over. I don't think he could do it.
Captain, what's
You
the
got a
total?
15.
15 is
It's a 1
good.
plus 7. Yep,
So
so
you
it's
got
an 8.
Okay.
I got an 8.
With an 8, it's only 1 more level of exhaustion. Or no, it's 2, my bad. I just missed math. DC went up to 15, you failed by 5 or more, so... Yes! You got 2 more levels of exhaustion. You are fucking
Let's
dead.
do this until he passes out. Let's do this until one of us pass out.
He just did.
Pretty much,
Yes,
yeah.
we should stop.
Star, for context, if you hit 7 levels of exhaustion, you just die. Period.
Okay, we don't want to do that.
Like,
Okay,
you
go.
need a high level revival spell at that to bring you back, because the soul is just not
Okay,
willing
yeah,
at that point.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
The soul is just not willing. You can see the ghost coming out of his mouth like in the animes.
Oh yeah, that is where he is sitting right now. It is going to take, out of game, 3 long rests for him to get back up to speed on this,
Oh,
from these 3
shit.
levels of exhaustion. Because you only recover
Wait,
1
no.
per long rest.
Oh, God.
I guess we're
Oh,
gonna be
shit,
here
we
for a
killed him.
bit.
No, we can move a little bit, maybe just at a lighter pace.
Hmm.
Try not to get into as much trouble.
Impossible with this group.
No, I know. But even if we stay here, it'll still find us.
Hmm.
They know we're following the road.
Which, since you stated, I guess we should venture off a little bit, maybe a few yards, if we're gonna settle down for the night. Someone drag Captain along.
I got
I
him.
will.
No, yeah, you can get him, sure.
Alright, so after setting up and everything, you will have about 5 hours of free time before the sleep. Pius, because of your sentry mode, you have 7 hours. So you have time if you want to do some
I'm
light
go-
activity.
Yeah, I'm gonna read my book of strength.
Pius going to get 7
I'm
hours
reading my
reading
book.
in. Twilight's getting 5 more. She's up to 9.
I want to approach Wrath with a question first before I determine.
Okay.
Yes.
So, weird thought. It's probably during all that fuzziness earlier in the day,
Mhm.
but since, you guys have kind of stuck it out with me for this long in the journey, and that never really happens, I was thinking maybe a first tattoo would be cool, signifying a group of actual people I can call friends.
I like that.
Huh.
Do you have any ideas?
No, but I thought the idea would be cool to just get something.
I agree. Let me think about it. I'll come up with something.
Okay.
I have an idea floating around right now that I need to get out, and then after that I'll be able to put my full attention towards this.
Alrighty. Happiness. Tail wagging.
Alright, then. Tempest, what you doing with your 5 hours, then?
Book.
Book. Captain, you are sleeping. Wrath, what are you doing?
Wrath is going to spend his time coming up with different drawings that would go from Twilight's fingertips to kind of mid forearm to make it look like almost like cording that is binding her wrist and like between her fingers and everything, but it would be made out of like the arcane radiant imagery. And if possible, he would like to make it glow.
Okay. Let's see. So you're good as far as the... Actually, no. You do need to roll dexterity with
Kind
proficiency
of like
painter
a
supplies.
radiant
You're not coming through,
bioluminescence.
Jess.
What? I'm not coming through?
Sorry.
Yeah, none of that was until just now.
Okay. Well, it is now. That's good. So painter supplies, dexterity plus proficiency for you. For the total idea. It's only like a DC 13.
Oh yeah, I got a 24.
You're good then on that. And then intelligence check, as far as coming up with how to make it actually like glow.
Okay. And you said intelligence what?
Intelligence check. Say DC 11.
Just straight intelligence check.
Yep.
It wouldn't be Arcana. Okay. Intelligence, I got a 13.
Good enough. That's because it's towards your enchanter's tool proficiency. So.
Gotcha.
You got a 13. So you spend a couple hours just messing around with the concept and how you're going to do it. So you'll make 2 hours of enchanter's tools proficiency, and when you go to actually do the work, you will succeed on this one. I am trying to find a specific picture online.
I was thinking like a thorn bush, like a.
Once he's kind of worked out the mathematics in his head on how to create the skeleton of it, and he's created a couple of drafts with different kind of visual looks to it, and he brings it to you, Twilight. So this is kind of what I'm thinking for your hand.
Do I have options, or is it just the one idea?
Yeah, I want your input here. So in looking at it, it's like I described, kind of like a runic, like a silk rope binding looking tattoo over your fingers, hand, wrist, up to your forearm.
So for the binding and the like kind of, because you're looking for that angelic look, I have a specific idea for that picture. Took me a moment to find the picture. Have you ever seen like a biblically accurate seraphim?
All eyes.
Yep.
Yeah.
The gold rings with that. They're kind of seem almost bracelet in nature. That'd be a heck of a way to do the design for the binding portion. Just an idea.
But he brings this to you and yeah, give me your thoughts. What do you
I was thinking more like a thorn, like a thorn, like a
Okay, so what if we make this look like a vine with the different angelic runes coming out of it like thorns, kind of sinking into the flesh?
I did like the eyes, so we could do the eyes and the thorns.
Sure, we can put that on there.
I just don't like the roundness. The roundness.
I mean, doing the thorns,
Well,
you
again,
definitely do it very sharp.
Sorry.
Yeah, let's do a thorn, like a
Okay.
vine of thorn.
Next time we get the time, I'll have everything gathered and ready to
Can
do
you make it rainbow though? Because I need color.
Not with how I'm thinking. I can do a little bit of green, maybe, but most of it's going to be like a yellow-white light-ish.
Rainbow's hard to do with the dyes that exist at this time.
But I should be able to get some green in there for the vine's thorn, the vine thorn look.
Don't I have ink? I think I have a jar of ink.
It's not going to produce a rainbow color.
I wonder if Patches has the rainbow color. You think he would?
No.
Damn. Okay.
He is the one that alerts you that it's very hard to make a rainbow pattern with modern dyes. Well, currently in Maluviette modern dyes.
I guess we'll go with the green.
Okay. Next time we get an extended period where you have the time for me to work, let me know.
Will it flutter like my butterfly though?
No, but it will
If
glow.
someone taps my hand, can we get the ice to flutter?
No, but it will glow.
Okay.
So even in the darkest of times, you can remember where you come from.
That's scary.
It's supposed to be like a beacon of hope.
I mean, I belong here.
I'm not saying you don't.
But okay. It's just a remembrance.
Yes, it's just to remind you.
I have deal.
Correct. So. Alright. And he goes and finishes up drawing it with the new ideas on how she wants it.
All right. You can definitely come to something that fits between what you said and what she's thinking.
Okay.
It takes your whole 5 hours to get through this entire process between the initial sketches, making sure you can enchant it the way you want, and then getting the design perfect after showing it.
Okay.
So that'll be all your free time.
Yep.
Is it gonna glow green?
Kind of.
It'll glow kind of the colors of the ink in those particular spots.
Okay.
Alright, so everyone's able to get to sleep. Mostly comfortable snooze for everybody. Captain is zonked the fuck out, of course. He's getting real good night's rest. He's gonna sleep for like 13 hours, practically.
Is that gonna wait their whole day?
Do what?
Is that gonna wait their whole day? Our whole day?
Oh no, you had 5 hours of downtime plus your 8-hour rest. That's 13 hours.
Oh, okay.
So you got your reading done, then sleep. Pious, on the other hand. You're the one that kind of has... I wouldn't call it unsettling, but you're the one that has something happen. While you're in sentry mode, you find yourself in that same circle as earlier with your other selves. And Amy kind of speaks right away. Oh, quite the surprise, but a much appreciated one. We normally don't get to meet like this. Twice in one week is insane.
Yes, I'm starting to wonder how it happens, to be honest.
The green light speaks. Well, based on past events and such, it seems to almost be like part of the healing process, I think. You know, the two halves of an open wound, a cut, coming back together, so to speak. Or two estranged lovers, even.
Well, I'm not sure what having a lover entails. I love my friends, but I don't really have a need for a relationship, so that one I don't really understand.
The green light gets kind of giddy. It's like, oh, love is just the best. It doesn't matter if it's platonic, romantic, even sexual lust. Love is beautiful, and all love should be cherished.
I agree. I'm not sure if being whole may be the best thing for us. Right now, at least. Even if we did have a way to do it.
So the white light one responds, you may be right. All things come in time, and everything has its place. So it could be that it's meant to come later, but we can always use this moment to grow closer, to be prepared for that moment, so to speak. You can always turn a bad situation into a good one. You just need the right mindset.
I think that's where I struggle the most. Just keeping my mind on the prize.
The red one is the one that speaks up. Still that angry tone and all that. Well, obviously, that's why I said you should hand over the reins. Clearly that's not happening. If you ever lose sight of it, come talk to me. I'll beat sense into you if I have to.
You can try.
You see him, he goes to draw a weapon. None of you, have weapons and such on you at the moment. No bags. He goes to draw a weapon, and you do see him pull off of his back, though. It just forms a large great axe with gold trim on the blades. We could go right now if you feel like it.
Not really.
You're not any fun.
Someday, though. I would love to kick your ass.
He points it at you and is like, and I'd love to see you try.
It's a date, then. Wait, did I just ask myself out? That's weird.
The green one kind of gets all giddy and is like, oh, it's so sweet. Self-love is the most beautiful.
It's a love-hate relationship with that one. He's an asshole.
Well, no one can love every part of themselves.
That's true. May I ask you all something?
They all nod.
which one of us was the most attuned to Akrid?
They all hang their heads. And you can tell none of them want to give you that answer. And you know why. It's because it was you.
I was afraid that would be the answer. Well, at least now I know. You all know that that's not me anymore, right?
The Black One speaks. Some parts of you are the same. Some parts of us. There's some things that change, some things that don't. Obviously, we're all gonna have things we're not proud of. As long as you strive forward, as Star would say. And he kind of flicks his thumb pointing at the White One. The Dark Blue One, the one that introduced himself as a guardian. So, we can talk about anything we want, really. Is there anything you want to know, Pius? You seem to have the least access to our memories.
That's a very loaded question. For me, at least.
Well, let's break down some categories. We could talk about places you've been before. We could try to talk about the stuff with Akrid. Maybe try to jog some of those memories about why you chose to be with him. We could talk about us. You could learn more about, each of your different parts, your counterparts here.
In due time. I think I'm slowly starting to get more comfortable with you all. Even though we are not too different. This is all new for me. How long have you all known about each other before I found out?
So you notice, all of them kind of turn to look at the White One as he pulls his hand up, stroking his chin in thought. Forever, I'd say. Quite literally. We are within the time-space, but we also aren't. We are eternal. Always have been, always will be. There are points where one of us may be more in control and less connected the way you are. And there are other points where someone else is. There have been times where you were here amongst us. For instance, our experiences with Dr. Rythal. Amy was in the same position that you are now. But you were more in the position he was. Where you were more aware of our history.
Am I the only one that lost my memories?
Amygdala speaks up. Oh, you didn't lose your memories. They're here. They're safe. But there's only so much one can remember at a time. And as Star said, we are eternal. There are infinite things we've experienced and an infinite number more still too. It seems to be whoever's in control has the difficulty of remembering.
I see. Well, I'm not sure I'm ready to ask any more questions. We will meet again, I'm sure.
They nod, and you, just like before, everything of the forest around you just kind of crops back up. No time seems to have passed either. I mean, if there has, it's been maybe a couple of minutes.
Man, again, this is also complicated.
How much? What? At what point during the rest was that in? Was that right when I tried to go to sleep?
It was about halfway through your sentry, so about 3 hours in.
Okay. So I'll just continue my sentry mode then.
So you kind of had like this moment, like you were speaking out loud quietly, where you're just like, "This is like a lot and everything." You just feel a hand on your shoulder.
You know, we can always talk about it. It's not like I have to actually sleep.
Well,
Would I get a point of exhaustion if I talk to him now? Or would I finish my rest, I guess, is what I meant to say.
It would be best to finish your rest first.
Okay.
we'll talk in the morning.
I'll be right here.
Thanks.
And that's where we're going to call it for tonight, because we are at 4 hours.
Oh my god.
So next week is the first Friday of the month. We will be back with the Fog Survivors.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, all the pressure on Deuce.
Yep. It's a lot
Yep.
of pressure.
Along the way, if you haven't joined the Discord server, haven't given us a follow, subscribe, you know that free option, please do so. I will be putting up a schedule tomorrow night for next week's activities, but here it is right now. Monday, I will be playing some Baldur's Gate with my friend Eli. Thursday, I will be back with Made in Abyss yet again, and next Friday, like I said, is the Fog Survivors. So, everyone watching, thank you for being here. Hope to see you in the future as well. And as always,
I love you. Bye-bye, Kobo.
Bye.
Hey.
We did it.